Salam sejahtera. My name is Dr. Teh Hee Min from UTP. Today, I would like to share with you my experience with the problem-based learning through real-life projects. Now, design of coastal structures is one of the coastal engineering elective courses offered to the final year civil engineering undergraduate students. The course learning outcomes require the students to observe coastal problems, assess the design concepts, to create feasible engineering solutions, and finally, to develop detailed engineering calculations. To effectively deliver these outcomes as a complete package, I have adopted a problem-based learning approach in the past semesters. Teluk Nipah Beach and Coral Beach are the most visited beaches located at the west coast of Pangkor Island. However, the beach conditions deteriorate significantly due to the excessive wave activities during storms, causing erosion and damages to the coastal infrastructures. This was indeed the pain point of the local authorities, and they were looking for a solution. This is a real-life problem, and I turn it into a problem-based learning projects for my students. First, my students organized an engagement sessions with the local authorities and communities in Teluk Nipah. We wanted to gauge their level of awareness on coastal conservation and concern on coastal erosions. With the support from Department of Irrigation and Drainage Manjung, I subsequently conducted a physical site investigation and measurement at Teluk Nipah Beach together with my students. They explored and conducted various field works at the eroded site. COVID-19 pandemics may pose impacts of various levels to teaching and learning, but it did not stop us from pursuing the PBL journey. The physical site visit was substituted by a virtual site visit conducted by DID Manjung and a boatman who lost his properties to the coastal erosion. My student interviewed and acquired the relevant information to develop engineering solutions to this problem. The most viable engineering solutions was selected and further improved. Eventually, the design was referred by the authorities to construct a 50 meters rock revetment at the eroded site. The virtual PBL projects enable my students to work on the engineering solutions from concept to reality. Through this online PBL program, the participating students were exposed to virtual site visit experience with the real-life engineering problems and consequently master the relevant knowledge and the technical skill adequately. My students also conducted live forums on the coastal sustainability as a virtual form of contributions to the coastal environment.
We were divided into group, and then we need to find a solution how to reduce the wave energy at each team responsible to collect coastal data. Like there is a team measure the wave height, the soil sampling, and the direction for the sediment transport. It was a very exciting rather than learning in the class, because when we analyze the site condition, we were able to see, to observe with our own structure based on the wave height. Memorable thing that I will never forget my whole life will be we got the opportunity to experience the coastal features called Tombolo, where it only happens during the lowest tide and only for 30 minutes. So we can see, along the Tombolo, we can see the gamat. So that was my first time to see a gamat in real life. So that's all for me. Thank you.
So the PBL is related to our project investigations at Pantai Teluk Nipah, where it involved virtual site investigations, collection of data, proposal of solutions, and detailed design. So this is some genuine feedbacks from me. Despite the pandemic and MCOs that limit our exposure to physical learning, I believe that my lecturer has done his best to connect the students to real life experience, where we approaches people from industry, conduct online meetings with the representative of the residents, to get better understanding about the sites. And the best thing about PBL method is that it doesn't limit our learning process just to conservative one-way lecture and common tutorials where we learn the theories and do some calculation exercise. So through PBL, students are given flexibilities and opportunities to be creative in solving the problems, which differ from the approach during my first year up to third year. So Albert Einstein once said, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. So thanks to this method, it nurtures my interest and I ended up becoming a candidate for masters in the same field.